Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Happy Halloween. We were going to wear masks today and turn around. Try to scare everybody, but we said, nah, we better not do that. We're scary enough. I'll speak for myself.
Actually, we did wear masks.
We did. I'm
actually Anthony.
Yeah.
I'm neither one.
Happy Nancy.
So we wish everyone a happy Halloween and trick or treaters tonight. I hope the weather stays like it is for the little ones. This is our 42nd meeting of the year. It's Thursday, October 31st at approximately 10:05 a.m. And we will begin with public comments. Your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes. Sure.
Parents, historical Logo, Ohio. I like to come to these commissioners meetings just to do a positive. I can't wait until this election's over with. The name calling, the misinformation. I live in a little town and people are stealing each other's flags or signs. You know, we used to raid gardens for tomatoes and eat them, but now, you know, they do something different. When I read about that Ursuline alumni median calling a group of people garbage, I just thought, so I just called Ursuline High School, talked to the administrator. I said, you have to say something about this because Ursuline High School that I know, I didn't graduate, didn't attend. I have family and friends that did, and they would never have said something like, you can make fun or something. But to outright, you know, to make a, you know, I was so appalled. And I just can't wait till this election's over with because I was campaigning in Struthers and neighbors were concerned of my safety. I said, don't worry. They said, don't, no, this is a nasty campaign, you know, and I just can't wait till because this is the most, I thought it was ugly in 1928 when the Klan burned ballots in front of my grandmother when L. Smith, the first Catholic president, nominee was running for the presidency and came into to her precinct on the east side, burned the ballots right in front of her. And she called the Board of Elections that evening that when it happened, they said, if we weren't there, it didn't happen. So, you know, the ugliness is continuing. But come down to Lowville tonight from 5 to 7. It's one big party town. It really is. We get at least 1,000 kids. Yeah.
Trunk or treat? Is it a trunk or treat?
No, it's house to house.
Oh, okay.
And-
It's beautiful down by the water there.
Yeah.
We were there for that opening. It
Oh.
was so nice.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, the condos are going. Yeah.
I want to live on the hill.
Well, I live on the hill. My house is in prison. Yeah. But come on down. We have a good, and in front we serve candy. In the back we have adult refreshments.
Are you dressing up tonight?
Yes,
Are you?
yes.
You're not gonna tell us, so if we sneak out, you'll scare us.
I'll be at my sister's house.
It's gonna be Beetlejuice.
No, but I have to go. I've been listening to someone on the radio. I know.
I'll do it, Terry.
My crib check's on, so I gotta listen.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Terry. Happy Halloween to
You
you.
too. Come on down.
Okay, next. Boy, did she bring us some lovely treats this morning.
I'm gonna be like him. I'm gonna exit because of course I have deliveries.
We were gonna announce you, we're gonna wait till the end, but you do it now.
Oh, thank you. My name is Rita Tate. I'm with Best Purpose. We have a new building at 2032 McGuffey Road. Thank God. But I came because I really wanted to acknowledge what the commissioners, Ms. Sadri, what you guys have done for me, what you guys have done for the community. When I first brought the suggestion to you, because we work with impoverished families, battered women, homeless veterans, what we do is we vet them and we see about them getting housing through partners of ours. Once they get housing, my husband and I, in his absence, we furnish it with the basic necessities. But I need to tell you, I think we were somewhere at 47, maybe 50 people when I first came to you guys with a proposal for a box truck. We are almost at 200 families. And I just want you guys to know you have enabled me to hire workers, to drive the truck, to deliver the furniture. And Mr. Diffler, I just got to thank you, because 3 whole houses of furniture that have housed probably 10 homes with all the furniture you have. One was a 5-bedroom house, totally full from front to back. So this is wonderful, wonderful furniture that I would put in my home. So I thank you. I thank each and every one of you guys for coming on board with Best Purpose. We have 2 locations, one in Trumbull County also. But for Mahoning County, I needed to acknowledge you guys have helped me surpass what I even imagined helping. I was like, okay, we can help a few people. No, we're like at 200 with volunteers. So I just, from the depths of my heart and my husband's absence, we just want to thank you guys for allowing me to get a box truck to be able to transport furniture. And most of all, the referrals for people to get the furniture.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good morning, everyone. Tony Deli, live in Austintown, Ohio. Delegate to the West Reserve Building Trades. Just come to say, I sit on 6 different building trades in 8 counties across Ohio and PA. And by far, this county is the most well-run and the most done for this county by far on everyone that I sit on. And I appreciate you guys holding people accountable for what they do in this county. I'm happy to live in this county. And if you got to run a smear campaign, sorry, I got a Gino in my throat. If you got to run a smear campaign, that means you can't run on your own name and your own experience. So get out and vote for Anthony and Dave on Tuesday if you haven't already. And good luck to you, and hope we keep this county moving forward.
Thank you so much. Next. Okay. That being said, I'd like to introduce Marcia Consiglio from Moab House. She is at the campus of care, and I'd like you to come up and let us know what's happening.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm excited. Little something for each of
There we
you.
go.
Oh, I am. It is the best. Okay, so as you said, my name is Marcy Consiglio. I am the founder and executive director of Moab House. When foster kids leave the system at age 18, they lack stable housing and support, which can often lead to homelessness, trafficking, and abuse. Moab House offers former foster youth ages 18 to 21 with safe, loving, and productive housing through full-time live-in house parents. This makes us unique. We focus on life skills, financial literacy, and relationships, ensuring that our young adults are equipped to thrive in independence. One of the biggest issues that we see with former foster youth is the critical shortage in housing being offered to them. So Moab House is committed to doing more, and in the near future, expanding into also offering semi-supervised housing to those young adults who are able to handle it. Since we opened our doors at the Campus of Care in December of 2023, people have walked through our doors and commented how perfect this space is for Moab House. It took us 4 years to find a location, and I would have to agree this location is perfect. The only unfortunate part is that you guys don't have more available buildings for us. Currently, we are in the middle of a massive renovation project. We took a 270 square foot open concept bathroom with 2 toilets, a tub and a shower, and completely demoed the entire thing, even down to exposing the ground underneath because there was badly needed plumbing that was decaying that needed fixed. This massive project was graciously funded in part by all of you, as well as the Youngstown Foundation. Lovingly referred to as trauma-free bathrooms, we have taken great pains to make sure that each young adult will have their own private bathroom in that building. And soon, construction will be completed on the first half of our building, and the other bathroom will be scheduled for this next year. 85% of former foster youth have experienced sexual trauma. So this project is very near and dear to my heart. So I want to take a moment to recognize you guys and give you my utmost sincerest gratitude and thanks for allowing Moab House to occupy Building 8 at the Campus of Care. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of former foster youth. They did not ask for this life. It's not their fault. So thank you. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Young people do you have right now?
We have 4 young adults in our house, one of which is our house parent's daughter, who is 22. She aged out of the foster care system and they have guardianship over her. Yeah, so we have 1 more room available. The other side of the building is not yet open because it's still under construction.
So how many rooms do you think you're gonna have total?
We'll have 8 total. Yes.
If there's ever room to build it.
Sorry, I
Yes,
should probably
please.
say that, but I don't.
Yes, please. I keep on telling Sarah, I keep on nudging her, hey, if anybody moves out, you call me. But thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It's a great, what a great project. with Children. I mean, it's sad to be seen.
Yeah.
And I tell Audrey this and the staff every day. Like, I've never seen in my life so many young people on the streets. I mean, in the park, Mill Creek Park, backpacks. Trying to put signs up like on Southern Boulevard and Mahoning Avenue. I mean, I saw a couple of weeks ago. I was coming from Woodman and I said to this young woman, I says, do you need a home? I said, do you need somewhere to live? And she just looked at me, I said, don't leave this location, you can stay right there. I gave her money to go to Dunkin' Donuts. And I called a couple people and they gonna help her out. But if that, I can't understand that. And the money they're spending on these campaigns, for God's sake, these federal campaigns. Do you know how many people you can feed? How many people that can have housing? And the homeless situation would be gone.
If you took the state of Ohio's campaign,
What's
just
the
at the Senate presidential race, you could eliminate homelessness in the whole United States.
Yeah, what was it, $500,000?
Oh, it's, oh my God. It's probably close to $1 billion in the state, if you added everything up.
To win a job, it pays, what, 170,000 a year, it's not crazy.
I mean, that's ridiculous. These negative nonsense ads, regardless what position it's for. I mean, I can't really say exactly what conversation I got, but if I could, it would be nice. Because it's crazy. All of them, lots. I mean, and the people that tell the truth are the ones that are getting blamed for all the craziness that's going on at the other side. It's anyway, that's political. I keep going forever. Then I'll start getting local.
Well, Marty, thank you so much. What you're doing is God's work.
Yes.
There are people who have nowhere to go, have no hope. I've seen them, like Carol, I've handed money out, but that doesn't seem to be the cure for it. They need cleanness, they need showers, they need both head, they need guidance, they need care. And that's something that we're missing in this country, because you have those who fall between the gap between, in teenage going to young adulthood. If you address that, nobody thinks about that gap. Oh my gosh, I'm an adult now, 18 years old. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? So we really thank you for what your program brings to this valley.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Public comments? No? Okay. Well, with that, Carol, I'll ask for a motion.
A motion for the approval of the previous minutes of board meeting number 41, Thursday, October 24, 2024, and approval of bills for payment.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, advertisement for bids, number 1 and 2. Mr. Janetti or Rick?
Rick.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is an advertisement for bids for the HCR 78-0.69. It's the Walker Mill Road Bridge Replacement Project.
Thank you. And sanitary, Jill?
Good morning. This is for New Middletown wastewater treatment plant, the forced main to 5 Points, which is an improvement number 501.
Thank you, Jill. Motion?
Advertisement for bids 1 and 2, motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, motion to approve journal entry?
Motion to approve journal entry number 1.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, under agreements, letters A through I will begin with the engineer's office. Letter A, Rick?
Letter A is a memorandum of understanding with the following 7 townships in Mill Creek Metro Park, part of the Ohio EPA Phase 2 Stormwater Program. Austintown, Beaver, Boardman, Campfield, Boyceville, Poland, and Springfield Townships.
Thank you. Facilities, Alan?
Morning, Commissioners. B is an agreement with Starwood Tree Service for tree removal services at the EMA and soil and water buildings in the amount of $21,250 general funds.
Thank you. Job and family, Audrey Morales.
Didn't come to her.
Audrey?
Yes, I'm sorry, my computer wouldn't unmute for me. Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Audrey. Good morning, Nancy. Letter C, Job and Family Services Amendment number 1 with Compass Family and Community Services to extend the guardianship and protective services until June 30th, 2025 in the amount of $100,000 non-general. Letter D for Job and Family Service Amendment number 1 with MCTA for the TANF Summer Youth Program in the amount of $83,677.96, also non-general. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. And sanitary, Jill?
Jill, you're muted.
Sorry about that. E is an agreement with APO Hora Company for emergency installation of AC heat exchanger at the Meander wastewater treatment plant. This is improvement number 539 in the estimated amount of $94,275 of non-general. F is an agreement with business for maintenance, inspection, rebuild, and repairs for the chlorine equipment at various locations in the estimated value of $5,000 of non-general. G would be an agreement with SET for the emergency repair of work due to a water break at the corner of Lundy's Lane and Triumph Avenue in Lake Milton for the estimated amount of $6,000 of non-general. And H is an agreement with utility contracting for emergency sewer repairs at 212 Evergreen Drive in Poland in the estimated amount of $10,000 of non-general.
Thank you very much. And letter I, Sheriff, Strikers.
Good morning, everyone. Commissioners, I is in agreement with ID Networks, and it's for the maintenance on our fingerprint machine at the county jail. It's a 3-year agreement in the amount of $3,495 per year. And that's not general.
Thank you, sir. Motion to approve agreements.
Motion to approve number 2, agreements A through I.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes, change orders A and B, engineers, Rick.
A is a change order, it's number 2 in Continental, APO Horror Company. Hands down Boulevard Bridge replacement, decrease. In the amount of 22 cents.
Thank you. And letter B, sanitary, Joe.
Oh yes, this is a extra work order number 2 with JS Bova Excavating for the Lake Milton water line replacement, improvement number 513 in the amount of $25,294.41 of non-general.
Thank you. Motion for change orders.
Motion number 3, change orders A and B.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes, motion to approve resolutions.
Motion to approve number 1, resolutions additions.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes. Number 2, resolutions A through D, and we'll go to our dog warden, Diane.
Good morning,
Morning.
Commissioners, Nancy, Audrey. This is a resolution approving the appointment of 2 deputy dog wardens for our department.
Thanks, Diane. And engineers, Rick.
B is a resolution to approve the non-exclusive traffic signal easement agreement with Chick-fil-A. The installation of traffic signal poles and equipment in conjunction with the new Myers driveway construction.
Thank you. And facilities, Alan.
C is a resolution of necessity to purchase one 2024 Ram ProMaster cargo van from Kufleitner CDJR of Boardman in the amount of $50,566.
Okay. And letter D, jobs and family, Audrey.
Yes, letter D, Job and Family Services is a resolution approving the unpaid leave of absence for one employee for my department, for our department. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. Motion resolutions.
Motion for the approval of number 2, resolutions A through D.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes. And for the good of the order, any elected officials or department heads care to comment? Audrey.
I would, so happy to, hear what's going on with the Moab House and the work that you and the Youngstown Foundation, along with the commissioners, have put into the building. All of the businesses that are there, all the agencies that are serving so many different diverse population is just a miracle in itself to see what was meant to be thrown away was actually turned around to really serve a diverse population, even some of the population that was there before. So God bless you for doing what you do, and we wish you all the well in keeping it going.
Thank you.
And I also want to say that I appreciate the commissioners. I do. This is an example when you see how our board meetings are run, Jim, Nancy, everybody, and looking and touching documents and stuff, and how they work together through this. There's been a lot said, and a lot of people try to twist and turn and separate and everything else, but they are a working board. They understand, they have a passion for our community, and they have always had a compassion for our community and for the residents of our community. And anybody who says anything different has not met them, has not sat down and talked with them. If they did, they would know that. I work with them every day. I talk with them. I talk with them all hours of the day. They're always reachable if I need to call them. They're never hidden from me. They are a good board. And I don't say that just because they're my bosses. Because when I worked in Portage County, they would always tell me, well, you don't live here, because I lived in Mahoning County and I worked in Portage County, and they'd say, you don't understand and whatever. This is my county, and I want it to do well, and I want it to work well. And these guys are working well for this county, and they've done great things for it. And this is a prime example of both you and Best House on things that had reached out to those who are less fortunate. So thank you, and thank them.
And you
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get on a pedestal today, but I did.
keep going if you want. Thank you.
It was one of those pedestal days.
Anyone else? Anyone on the screen?
Yes, Commissioners, this is Audrey, and I would just like to echo what Audrey Tillis said. I've worked in Mahoning County right out of high school, and I've been in Mahoning County, and I've went through and was under a lot of our commissioners, and I can go all the way back to Mr. Bendis, Mr. Beard, Tom Carney, so that's how long. And working with these three commissioners, I've known them, and as Audrey said, they are working board, they are concerned. I've never seen commissioners that are so into the community that clients can actually call and speak directly with a commissioner. They've never put themselves above in a seat because they hold a title that I can't come down to a level to speak with people who are in need. And I appreciate that. And they do take the calls. They do refer calls over to me. And just want to say again, as Audrey, not because you're my bosses, as I said, I've worked with the county for years prior to any of you starting with Mahoning County. And you are doing an excellent job. And I applaud you for that and ask that you continue the good work, sitting high, but being able to come to a level to meet people where they are. Thank you so much for that. And I know the community thanks you too.
Thank you, Audrey. We appreciate all your hard work as well. Anyone else? Nancy? I'm going to refer to Mr. Ditson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies first, ladies
You
first.
want me to do that while I'm ripped up?
You want
I just, go ahead and let that's are good ones to
No,
deal
I'm
with.
very happy. I am happy for that because that campus appearance took a very long time to get back on its feet and productive. And this, I think, is the last piece of the puzzle because we were looking for we were looking for something that could help the teens that are out of the foster care system. Because, you know, when you're in a foster care system with a family and you age out, not a lot of them keep the children. I mean, they're young adults, but they're still children. They have not been out in the world long. And that's why I'm seeing homeless as well as I'm sure Virginia seeing him and everybody here. And it's really needed. And the more that we can help get done for that purpose, that's phenomenal. And there's also a work program on campus. It will aid your students, your young people, if they need a job. They have a coffee house. But it's in Niles, so I've never been there, but they actually, or Warren, I think it's. I'm sure.
It's Cadence Care. We actually have one of our young ladies actually works there and she's doing quite well.
Cadence is on the campus too.
Yeah,
And you know what, this is so good because partnerships.
yes.
I mean, they have a garden there, they have a greenhouse there, they have vegetable. I mean, there's so many different things that the young people could get interested in. And then the pavilions there. The great walking area, the beautiful. It's just, I can't talk about it. I could be here an hour and no one's here meet with. On the fact of voting, everybody needs to get out and vote this much. It's critical from the top down. We have a team of county commissioners here, as well as a team all over Mahoning County that are running right now, and they need to be reelected. This team has helped us and has worked very diligently for the residents of Mahoning County. We have actively developed, we have things here, help the most underserved population in the country. Whether you're in the city or you're in Sebring, we're everywhere. And my partners are running. And I am not happy about some of the things I'm hearing or seeing. It's either one of them and their opponents. And I don't think it's professional. And I also don't think it's got a qualified integrity in knowledgeable about positions that you can actually say things about us. And I don't appreciate it. With one of the commissioners, it's my opinion. I don't appreciate it when I see crazy stuff on TV. I want to just go right through the tube. But I just want everybody to know, we have a team here that takes care of everybody in the Mahoning County. And we're gonna keep it that way. If anything that's been done in this county with this group, it's been illegal. So you all know that. Nothing. I'll drop it at that. Yeah, did you hear that? Yes. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm off my tennis
Soapbox.
soapbox, I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, thank you, Marcia. You and your staff. We had to at the house. And I know we talk about campus of care often, and you know what an amazing facility it is. 47 acres, and just a lot of great people running organizations that are desperately needed in Mahoning County and now actually in the whole valley, helping people. And you know, you're one of less president that makes it all work. It's all versus the wraparound services that help everyone. You know, last 2 weeks ago, actually, this gentleman's been calling me for months, and he lives in his van, and you know, I don't say his name, but he bought a house that was on a demolition list. And, you know, no utilities ever in it. And he parked his van in the driveway. And he had 160-pound cane horse in the back of his van. And he was literally homeless for years and living out of his van. I won't even say what I'd like to say.
That's what I said.
No.
But if you turn that off,
That's the style.
that's the words coming out.
Because when you talk good things, nobody's interested in good things. They don't write about good things. They don't write about good people doing good things and helping people. They don't write about the great labor we have in the valley and what an amazing job they do. You know, if it isn't gonna tear somebody apart, you know, nobody wants to print it. You know, so, but anyway, the campus of care is amazing. You know, it's just everybody should at least just go there and see it and see what they do. And you know, that's first. And the gentleman I was trying to help, you know, it was so sad. He literally would trap cats and take them and have them neutered. He would pay to have them neutered and spayed and bring them back. You know, and he was in a walker, living in his van, and they came and they tore his house down a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and you know, and I called a lot of different entities to try and help him out, but you know, there again, I think it was because you know some mental illness, you know, that you know he just didn't want help. And was doing things on his own, and you know, guys, I talk to them probably a couple times a week to try to help them, but it's just, we have so many different people in need and people doing different things. Rita Tate that was here, what an amazing woman she is. We have such great people in this valley that are working hard to help people. And, unless you work together, unless, labor, government, private industry and social organizations, the Foster's Therapeutic is posting things now about all the great help that, they've had an opportunity to get through, funding in different parts of the county and what we're able to push out in their directions. So there's so many different things going on. When Rita, talked about best purpose, it was, bad timing, because friends of mine, family died, and one of my closest friends died, Lenny Kessler, was a 50-year friend, and she got furniture from Lenny's. One of my closest, John, John was funny. His mother passed away. She had a 5-bedroom house, and she, her furniture was new. Basically new, and John, I explained to John, my buddy who was the son, his mother lived there in Austin County, and I grew up next door to him. And I explained to him about best purpose and helping battered women, and him and his wife said, we're not gonna take anything other than our personal belongings out of there and give her the whole house, and that's what she was talking about. A 4-bedroom house filled, she told me, filled 10 people's homes, so we have such good people around here doing things that all get overlooked and overshadowed because of the negativity that we tend to want to create in the public's eye, whether it be radio, print, television, and the sad thing is that when you use an ORC, and I don't even understand it all myself, but if you put something out there, you don't have to have any burden of proof, no burden of proof. It used to be, and that's why, when a certain attorney individual was on the radio explaining, all these different scenarios, you can make false accusations and have no proof behind it. And you can publicize it, and you can file it in a court, and you can create the process to take effect and the wheels to start to turn. And then all of it becomes print. And then when people sit down in the court and they put out their side of the story, it's never there. It's never there. The filings that go and show how false all the scenarios were, what is it they say? Lies travel fast and the truth is very slow moving. So you file everything you can when you're desperate prior to an election, and then let it sort out afterwards. And the sad thing is, I call attorneys and say, can they say that about us? And you're elected. They can say anything. Don't have to prove it. There's no such thing as defamation of character against an elected official. There's nothing. And I said, how can they say we committed a crime? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, and it never flowed down to local politics like it used to, or like it does now. Even 10, I consider myself a Kennedy Democrat, Kennedy Democrat. I'm very fiscally conservative and I'm very people liberal. I want to help people, but but it's got to meet the numbers, So, but it's really gotten to a point where, they want to identify you with national politics when it has nothing to do with it. The last time Anthony and Carol and I had immigration, abortion, gay rights on our agenda, it's been quite a long time. I don't think the trustees or the city council or the county commissioner vote on any of that stuff. But it's just crazy because the sad thing is when you fill the airwaves with false narratives, you create conflict in your own community that people don't know what to believe. And then you create a snowball effect. And I've said this before, like in the early 2000s, there was a group called the Tax Accountability Group that said, we're not giving the sales tax to the county, take it away from them. They had this big program on and they defeated the sales tax. And Anthony came into office in 2004 and they went into fiscal emergency and the deputy sheriffs didn't get a raise for 10 years. 10 years. You know, and that's the kind of narrative that happens when you put false information out. Well, when you don't know how departments are funded, you don't know where the money comes from, you don't know the workings of county government, you don't know the ins and outs, and you have no experience doing the things that you do. You know, I mean, it's one thing to promote yourself, but to tear a community down for your own political good, no matter who it is, what position you're running for, you know, how do you go into a position then after that, look at the people that you decimated along the way and think that you're going to work cooperatively? Well, when you get elected in that situation, you become trouble count for the last 4 years. You know, for the last 4 years, they basically lost 4 years of opportunities because of the conflict. I think they had 35 lawsuits pending in Trumbull County, you know, and that was just filed by the commissioners, right? You know, or by the office, you know, so the sad thing, I always look back and see people that have walked away from different positions and I say, wow, yeah, good thing. And at the end of the day, you understand, you know, because, you know, when you have options to do things in the private sector and different things, you know, why would you get into an arena that does things that happen? So, you know, I feel incumbent upon myself to work hard, to do the right thing, because a lot of good people work for the county, are elected in the county, and do great work in the county that rely on me and our board to do the right thing on their behalf. So I feel a sense of responsibility because that's just who I am, you know, and we look at it, you know, like Anthony refers to a lot of times, you know, it's you know, everything's in God's hands and the voters, you know, and whatever happens, happens. You know, you work hard, you do the right thing, and you accept everything that happens. And, you know, next year I hope I'm sitting here, but you know what, if I'm not, I'll be pounding nails on my house, you know, and I'll be in, you know, I'll be doing something and helping somebody along the way, you know, so it's all good. You know, it's a crazy world. And, you know, Anthony always references and say you get cut by 1,000 razor blades along the way. You know, I hope you get patch all the small incisions as you're going, you know, but it's all good. There's a lot of great people, a lot of great labor guys here, you know, and, you know, they do amazing job, you know, union and non-union. They all do good work, you know. The labor guys, you know, it's I have a ton of respect for the businesses and the work that they do and the jobs they do, and you know, and what our responsibility is to create opportunities for the infrastructure improvements and for the monies to be generated. We don't just sit and spend the taxpayers' dollars. You know, you've got to create TIPs and TIDs and PLAs and everything along the way and know what it is, understand it, and learn how to generate the funds that create 111 million and 71 projects since 2018 for infrastructure improvements that are happening in Mahoning County that wouldn't be happening if we didn't have a TIF on the Racino, in North Jackson, in Poland, in Boardman, along the way, that are generating not your tax dollars, but businesses, new businesses coming in and creating funding that enables us to put all these projects out. So you gotta be able to know how to raise it before you can decide who to spend it and how to spend it. So anyway, I could, like Carol, I could talk forever, but God bless everybody in this room. Next Tuesday is the election. make sure you go and vote, no matter who you support, go and vote. Because it's our responsibility
I care,
to vote.
so don't vote for my two parts. I care.
So anyway,
Like I said,
God bless all of you.
I'm gonna shut my mouth right now.
If you want a cat or a cane corso, or you want to donate some food, I know where we can take it.
No, well said, Dave. You know, a lot of things you hear, you see what we do, it gets drowned from all of the things that are going on in politics, and especially, you know, like Dave said, this time of year. You know, it seems to be such a divide, and everybody's at everybody. You know, before it used to be, oh, you know, we try to beat you, but it seems like they go beyond the fact of wanting to be the candidate they want to go be. But I always believed this, and I was raised this way, that, you know, we're all God's children. We were put on this earth for a purpose. That purpose is to help those who can't help themselves. I don't want to sound like I'm some kook up here about the Bible, but read the Bible. The Bible is very prophetic. What our purpose here is on earth. My purpose here is not to hurt anybody. And a lot of times we get caught up in decisions that we feel that we're hurting people, and it was never anything that was intentional, because there are people in this community, like Carol has said and David said, in the Moab House, very small part of what you do to the bigger good of society. And honestly, if everybody would just come back to the center and look at what we're trying to do here in this world, it's not all about money. I mean, eventually we're all gonna die, we're all gonna perish. And along the way, if we can make somebody's life just a little bit better, that is something that I can't buy. I mean, there's times I'll be somewhere and somebody will come up to me and I have no idea who they are. They'll say, I remember you when I came to you when you worked for Congressman Jim Travian. You saved our family's home. You got my veterans benefits. You were able to save me, keep my head above water. You got a prescription drug release for me. When they say me, I meant the office under Congressman that I work for. Those things are so gratifying. And the only way that you can accomplish those things is you have to have a good heart and you have to be in the right position. To me, that's how I see government. And I bend a lot. I don't break the law, but I bend it to help people. And I just feel that's what we're here. And if you look at the accomplishments that we've done from this Board of the Commissioners, I'm very happy that we've been able to put roofs over people's head, some money in their pockets, fill on their table, help them get their benefits and their Medicaid to make their life better, because not everybody is in the situations we find ourselves in. So if I am fortunate to win, I'm going to come back and I want to continue to work with Carol and Dave on all these great things. We love working with labor. You've been fantastic what you do in this community. You help us find business. You have a professional aspect about what you do. We appreciate everybody who's trying to make payroll and do work in this county. But don't forget, you have elderly people, you have young kids. That's where the Campus of Care comes in to help those families nurture that part of our society. There's a lot of pieces here that we have to deal with. And I think we've done a great job trying to deal with it, because I tell you what, oftentimes, I think Dave and Carol will agree. It's hard to get a hold of your congressman, your US senator, the president. You see us daily. You can come down here and talk to us. We're always visible and accessible. So get out and vote. As everybody says, I look forward to returning as your county commissioner. If it's in God's wheelhouse that I do, if not, I'll go pound eggs with Dale.
You know, I want to say one other thing.
Yes.
You know, happy Halloween. You know, my wife and I used to love Halloween. I mean, I remember, and Diane may remember this because Diane and I go way back, but I live in a house that sits 300 feet off the street. It was all woods. And we would put signs to come up the driveway, you know, and to get candy. And I would put one of those Freddy masks on, you know, and I would have a bench out there, several benches, and we would make people, you know, with the mask and it would look, you know, we'd stuff clothes and pants and shoes and different things. And we would say, we're not home. I would have a bowl of candy sitting there, take one, and I would be dressed, and I would be on a bench with three, two phonies, two dummies, maybe three dummies, right? And me in the middle with the bowl of candy. And I would scare the Jesus out of all of the neighbor kids. Because we lived so far back that there was only like 5 houses. And all of our friends' kids were young, they were 7, 8, 9 years old, and they were all young. And we would put our truck against the tree and have a body like leaning over like it was smashed between the tree and the truck. And we would do like a little witch walk type scenario, and it was so cool. And we moved in there in 91, but in 97, my wife's mother died on Halloween. So we stopped in 97. She was 73, and when she passed, and she will be turning 100 this year. And so, and it's, it's been 27 years, is it 27 years? And so God bless Helen Streaky, that was Jenny's mom, and she was a sweetheart. And 27 years ago, 73 seemed old to me. It sure don't seem old to me today, let me tell you. So, God bless them, and everybody take care, have a happy Halloween, pass out a lot of candy.
You just brought something, or thought, my neighbors across the street, the Bessies, they're great people. They grow gardens and make their own brandy. Every Halloween, him and his wife, Rick and Luann, dress up. And they sit on the porch, like you said, and they actually played a part of the like scarecrow on top of the bench. The kids come by, so I'm watching from my house because I have a big front porch and I can see down to their house. And I do. And they scare these kids and I'm watching and it just looks so fun. And I'd like to do that too, but
Trick or treating.
can't do it.
You come to my neighborhood, I'll give you a Kit Kat.
Okay.
We should get like a tape
Italian candy.
We'll get a tape recorder of a chainsaw plant,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Lance,
crank it up as you're walking up the driveway.
Lance.
Well, happy Halloween. Have fun, be safe. And Nancy, our next meeting.
Next Thursday, right here.
Okay, motion.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati? Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, thank you.